Okay, this video is going to be covering the basics of circles and the vocabulary. If you are not a student at one of my students at Katy High School or a student at Katy High School, these are the different words that we're going to be covering throughout our circle lessons. So if you want to pause it, write them down or whatever, you can. For our students, you're going to have to know every single one of these. You will be quizzed and tested on what is a semicircle, what is a secant. Okay, so you will need to know these. Start making flashcards now so we don't miss those questions on a quiz or test. So the first thing we're going to start off with is this diagram and talk about these certain different parts of our circle. First of all, a circle is just simply going to be all points equidistant to a center point. I think we all know what a circle is, okay? The center is going to be the point directly in the dead center of the circle, hence the center. So this right here is going to be the center. Your radius, we need to see is, and this is something we should know from back in elementary school, possibly, I know definitely in junior high, is going to be the length from the center of the circle to the circle. So it's only halfway across. So this right here is going to be your radius. Your diameter is going to be the entire distance from one side of the circle through the other, but it has to pass through the center. So again, something that we've learned a long time ago, this will be our diameter. Now these next three will be most likely new. Your chord. A chord is going to be a segment with both endpoints on the circle. The diameter is a chord because you start at one, you have got both endpoints on that circle, but the chord is not always located right through that center. A chord does not have to. So this right here, from one endpoint to another, both those endpoints are located here and here on the circle. This is going to be a chord. Think about an extension cord. An extension cord has a stop and a start to it. Your tangent, on the other hand, this is going to be a line. So your chord is a segment, a start and a stop. A tangent is going to be a line. What's going to happen is the tangent is going to touch the circle at exactly one spot. So all the tangent's going to do is just brush by, just barely touches. A tangent touches the circle. A secant. A secant is going to slice. So it's going to be a line, okay? And it's going to be, but it's going to be kind of a mixture, I won't want to say a mixture of a tangent and a chord, but it's going to be a chord but extended. So the chord starts and stops. A secant keeps going. So right above, right here, a secant slices through that circle. It slices through and slices part of that circle off. Your circumference is just going to be the total distance all the way around, so that's going to be this dashed line right here, and you guys have learned circumference, and we'll talk more about it later. Now your arc, we'll get more into major arc, minor arcs, and semicircles later, but your arc is going to be part of the length around of a circle. So right here, if we look between these 2 points, this is going to form an arc. And your central angle is going to be an angle that's the vertex is at the center. So right here, this is a central angle, this is a central angle, and technically that's a central angle, it's a straight angle. But your central angle is going to have the vertex at the center, hence central angle. So what we're going to do down here is we're going to identify these. And I'm just going to use the same colors that we used up here to write in the names. The center, we're going to name the center. The center is a point, point F, and a point is just written with a letter. Now we're going to name all the radii. Radii is plural for radius. So if we look here, well, segment FD right here is a radius. And then remembering that we do have our diameter here, but our diameter is created by 2 radii. So here we have FE, segment FE, I apologize, and segment FB, the other side of that diameter. Speaking of diameter, Your diameter is going to be that entire distance from one side of the circle to the other, passing through the center point, and it goes half, it creates two, it divides that circle into two semicircles. So here we have segment EB. Your secant is going to slice. So we're looking for a line that slices into the circle and out another portion. So right here, secant slices. Now a secant is a line, so when we write AB, we have to make sure that we are saying line AB. Make sure we have the line symbol above this. You do need these symbols, and you need the correct symbols to receive full credit. Tangent touches. A tangent is a line. It's barely going to touch that circle. Tangent never goes inside the circle. It's just going to brush by, just ding, just touch that circle. So that's going to be this line right here. So line BC, remembering that a line, we need our line symbol with the arrowheads on it. Your chord is going to be like an extension cord. It's going to stay within the circle. It's going to go from one part of the circle to another part in both endpoints on the circle. There are technically three. We'll go ahead and look at just what the chord, what we looked at above was. Here's segment, a chord is a segment, AE. Your diameter is going to be another chord because it has the same definition. Both endpoints are on the circle. It stays within it. Chord's going to just one endpoint to the other. And then with your, just kind of a little heads up, with your secant, if we cut off the arrows and we just start at A and end at B, that is going to be another chord. But we'll just go ahead and list segment AE. These are your basics. Please go back and review it if you need to. Make sure that you do have these vocabulary words down. We can recognize the definition as well as we can recognize what they look like on the circle.